Hey guys, so today we are going to be learning a few tips and tricks on how to save money in college. So for most college students, saving money seems to be pretty hard with all of the gatherings and spending time with friends, as in like going out and going to dinner. All of those types of things seem to have a big impact on the reason why most college students can't seem to save a lot of money during this time in their life. So personally, I struggle with saving money as well. So I like to go do things with my friends, go on adventures, as so we call them, and go shopping with my girlfriends and go out to eat and all different kinds of stuff. But I have figured out a few tips on different ways students in college, like myself, can learn and kind of help them save more money during this time. So of course, after class, everyone's hungry, and it's super easy just to swing by like a fast food restaurant and just grab something to eat and then go home or go back to class if you just have like a little break in between class. So one tip for that would be to just like bring your lunch with you to school, or like bring some little snacks to snack on like during class, so you don't have to go out and get food every time after class or something like that. With textbooks, I have noticed that with this semester, with renting most of my textbooks, the ones that are able to be rented, I have rented them just to help with tuition and saving money with that kind of stuff. Since most tuitions for colleges cost so much, it's always a lot easier to just rent them, and at the end of the semester just take them back, because you won't need them for your whole college experience mostly. Again, limiting eating out as much as possible. That is a big thing for me that I have learned to do. And another tip anyways, would be scholarships, like watching deadlines for scholarships and just really taking the time to look for certain scholarships that could be good for you and that would be easy for you to get to help you go through college. So again, with the textbooks, there are a bunch of different ways that you could save, again, with renting textbooks. It's always good to make sure you ask your professor if you actually need the textbook for the class, because some of the professors, they don't even use the textbooks. They might use like a PowerPoint, or they might have like a little packet to give you and like follow along with during class. So you can always check any local bookstores or textbook corners around your college to just ask if your textbooks for your class are rentable. And if your bookstore on campus is like ran out of books, you can always again go find like a local little bookstore, and I'm sure they will have it. Again, you might not need all of your textbooks for your class, so just make sure that you ask your teacher first. So the biggest factor for me, again, would be going out and eating all the time, because I get really lazy after class and I just want to go and get something quick and easy, like going through the drive-thru or going to eat with my friends, because I'm always really hungry after class. So just cutting down on that, like going to the grocery store or getting together with your buddies and just pairing up and figuring out like a game plan for dinner or for lunch, or again, bringing your lunch, just to cut down on that going out process. You can always commit to eating out fewer times a month. That would help. Say you go out like 3 times in a week now. You could only go out like once every 2 weeks. And that would cut down on a lot of like your spending on food, when you could be using that for school, books, supplies, anything you need for your classes. Another tip I have figured would help a lot of the sorority and fraternity joining groups during college. I know that they have a lot of drop-ins and events that they have to go to, like formals. Some of those are mandatory and you have to go, so rather than going and buying a new outfit for every single event or drop-in that you go to, you could always just ask your friends if you could just swap clothes or use their clothes, borrow their clothes, Another thing, you could just like switch up the outfit, like make it look different so you wouldn't have to go buy a new outfit for every single event that you have to go to. So another big tip with the scholarships, watch deadline dates, because deadlines are a huge deal for scholarships. Like once it hits that deadline, you cannot turn it in at all. Like they will not take it. So a big thing with those is the deadlines and watching when to turn those in. And another thing, if you have applied for a scholarship and you didn't get it in the time frame that you applied in, and like say the deadline, they announced who got it and you didn't get it, you can always reapply next semester or whenever, because it's always good to do that. Like say you just typed an essay and it wasn't as good as you thought it could be, you could always just go back and look over your essay and just make some changes to that and enter in that way. Going to find scholarships is really easy. You can just go onto the internet and just type in scholarships, and most of the websites that they have, you can just type in your zip code and it'll just bring up a bunch of different scholarships that are sponsored by people around like your area. So saving money during college seems to be hard for most students, but there's always a handful of those that tend to do it very well. I need more friends like that. Finding more ways to save money for yourself and others is helpful to everyone always. So in the long run, you could get paid to go to school if you watch those deadline dates for scholarships. So those are really big factors in saving money during college, is the whole scholarship situation. Saving money and being on a budget is not a bad thing at all. It'll help you out in the long run, and I hope these tips and tricks helped y'all. Thank you. Have a good one.